Hello everyone, Myzzrym here, bringing you today the third episode of Learn From Your Mistakes. We're going to take a look at a replay submitted by Rodoval, who's playing the Ogre Magi. And this is a replay where actually the player is going to be doing quite well. He's going to get kills, he's going to get farm, and he's going to win the game. And the reason why I still think about casting this replay is because when you win, you're less likely to see your mistakes. And you're going to do mistakes, but since you're won, you actually pay less attention to them. And this is the danger of winning too much, of stomping enemies, is you actually get bad habits from doing this. So let's start the game. The enemies are going to be quite horrible in this in this game actually, and let's go into player's perspective. Sorry. So player perspective, Ogre Magi. Alright, so set go. So Ogre Magi is going to start by going middle for, I think it's miscommunication. Because the thing is, it's probably not a dual lane, just because it's rarely seen in pub. And plus also, we see that Ogre Magi is trying to get the last hits. So it's more like, I think, a little miscommunication about who's going mid, you know, fighting over mid. This happens in pub games. I think I'm sure you also know it. And Ogre Magi is going to do the wise thing, which is you know, stop trying to get middle and just leave it to sniper and go bottom. Here we see that he's going, you know, left and right for no real reason. You do not need to do this. If you actually try to find, for example, the Ursa, which might be jungling because you didn't see him in the lane, you actually want to stay there. Now, Ogre Magi is going to do something. Is trying to get, you know, Queen of Pain, and just watch right now. Ogre Magi just went past the creeps. So, if Queen of Pain was actually a good player, Queen of Pain would have noticed this. But you know, the enemies being quite horrible in this game, she will not see it. She will get stunned. Now she will misclick and blink backward, and she will get hit by Ogre Magi a lot. So now, Desperation Salve, she's trying to heal up because she is afraid of dying, and she will end up stunned. That cancels her salve, and basically she has almost no regen item anymore. So this lane is pretty much won from this minute on, because she actually either has to back to the fountain, or she has to use the tangos. But even with the tangos, it won't be enough, because she will be low health enough for Axe to use the Battle Hunger on her. For those who don't know, Battle Hunger is a spell that deals damage as long as you do not kill a creep or a unit. So that means that she is forced to try to kill a unit, but since she's low on health, she'll take damage over time, and if ever she gets near the creep line, Ogre Magi can just come in and stun her, and she dies. So basically, now she's as good as like dead. She has to back off. So Ogre Magi here, his job is done. Basically, he does not have to do anything anymore. We see that he cannot farm anyway because Axe is taking all the last hit, and Axe is not controlling the lane. I think it's a low level pub. So you see that the players just doing their thing, like you know, auto attacking, and Axe is just basically tanking the creeps to make his spin proc. So he's farming this way, but that means that they get less chance to kill the enemy heroes, because basically the creeps are under the tower. So Ogre Magi is preparing for a gank, which you know, it's not that bad because he cannot do anything on the lane anyway. He can just take experience. Now let's stop. Right now, we saw that Ogre Magi went for boots first. He had 500 gold and he buys boots. Now, there are two things you might want to do when you're Ogre Magi like this, and you just you know, you have this much gold. One thing is, if the courier is not upgraded, you might think about upgrading it. The reason is, as the sooner the courier gets upgraded, the better it is for the entire team. Because if you ever want to carry off items from the base to you, it will benefit yourself as well, because the courier is less likely to be on the way to someone else. And the courier can get upgraded anywhere on the map. You just have to like click here and buy the flying courier. So instead, he decides to go for boots, which is not a bad decision either, because although he does not need the movement speed buff, he might want to rush the arcane boot just for the harassment purpose. Arcane boots allow you to spam this fire blast and allow you to give your mana to your your companion on the lane, which is Axe, and so Axe can constantly pressure the enemy with battle hunger. So it's a very easy way to control the lane when you have Axe plus someone else that can deal a lot of damage. So rushing those boots might not be as bad as you might expect at first. So we see here that we have Ursa also coming and is very bad player because he just used his spell for nothing, and he stand there and take damage. Now, problem here, what's gonna happen? Ursa runs away, and then we have this Ogre Magi throwing his slow. Now you saw how much damage it took from the tower. This was unnecessary. There's absolutely no reason why you wouldn't want to chain off the fire blast with instantly the ignite. You might say, well, stun lasts for 1.5 seconds, and ignite at level 1 only lasts for 4 seconds, so isn't that 1.5 second duration that's lost? I mean, I want to like optimize my slow time. Now, one thing you have to notice is that Fire Blast, Ogre Magi just raises his club, and it stuns the enemy. There's no projectile. Ignite, on the other hand, he actually throws like a bottle that flies up to the enemy. So there's this little time where the bottle is in the air, where the enemy isn't slowed. That means that it's actually giving the enemy time to make some distance between you and himself. So you might lose a kill, miss a kill, just because you held up on that ignite. So usually you do not ever want to do this. You fire blast your ignite as fast as possible. It deals more damage, you will kill the enemy faster, and you are less likely to miss a kill. When you actually want to get a kill, you just have to get it fast and go away, because it's less time from the enemy's ally to come, if ever they're coming. And you see that here, he just took a huge amount of damage. Axe 2, he has to use a salve, just because of this. The only reason why I might think of Rodoval holding on his ignite is he wants to save mana, which is not worth it, or he wants to get a kill for himself, which is quite selfish, and I don't think it's the case. Or also he might have forgotten about those spells, but this is quite weird if it's the case. So he gets first blood, he got 500 gold, he's quite happy. And now he's going to go to the shop and wonder what to buy. So he's opening the shop and he bought like 2 Town Portal Scroll. This is actually very good. Like I said in my last videos, getting 2 Town Portal Scroll allows you to have 1 like buffer Town Portal Scroll. If ever you have to teleport top, for example, or middle lane, and you do not have the time to buy another one before, let's say, a lot of time because the courier is constantly used by allies, having 2 Town Portal Scroll is actually quite good. But at that time, if you want to rush Arcane Boots, maybe it's better to like save up because you're already at 500 gold. So getting this energy booster fast might be a key to winning the lane easily. Now we're going to see a very little mistakes here. This is just a very little thing. It's like a minor refinement, but it would have saved him. Here we see that he is at 400 health and he still has Tango. His Tango's buff is rend out. He should have eaten the Tango here and then went on the Queen of Pain. You're gonna see why. So he hits on the Queen of Pain. Queen of Pain is very bad, so she ends up dying anyway. So she's gonna fight with Ogre Magi. She's gonna blink in the trees, block herself between the creeps, and come back for Axe to hurt. And this time we saw that he also threw the Ignite late, but this was because he had no mana, so this time it wasn't his fault. And now he's going to die from the poison takeover. See? There. The last tick kills him. That means that if he had eaten this Tango, the Tango restores 115 health over 16 seconds, and it does not get dispelled if you're hit. So that means you can actually fight with this regen on, and this would have saved him. So little misplay hit here. It's just like this mana refinement. And we're gonna see Axe fighting against the Ursa, and this is just a matter of luck. If Axe spins like 3 times, Ursa's gonna die. If he does not, Ursa's gonna get the kill. And we see that Ursa is actually getting killed. So this is just like luck based. We see that the Ogre Magi here went for Magic Wand, It's not that bad considering he's against a Queen of Pain who uses a lot of spells. Still, I might have advised him instead to just go for the Arcane Boots again, because he just got those boots early, so he has to turn them into something useful. Right now it's not that useful, because as Ogre Magi you do not have a huge right-click power, so chasing power is not that good. It's not very useful because you will likely throw a Fire Blast, Ignite, and you'll be out of mana anyway, so even if you chase up to them, you might not have enough mana to throw another Ignite. You also saw that here he took 150 damage from the creeps alone, and he's still taking damage from the creeps. This is a mistake that new players tend to do, like tanking up the creeps. It's actually useless. You do not ever want to do this, and right now it's like the equivalent of one Queen of Pain spell that he just lost at HP, so no reason why you want to do that. Queen of Pain is still being bad and dies again. Blinking in the... yeah, so... You see that the enemy here is very, very bad in this game. So that's what you have to watch out for, because I'm going to tell you why after that. It's like playing against bad players is like playing against bots. They have very, very easy, reaction. So, let's stop here for a moment, the discussion I was going to have. This is just miscommunication. We saw that Axe was going on the Ursa, and they could have gotten the kill if when Axe called, Ogre Magi just ran in to get a few more right clicks. It would have killed the Ursa. Thing is, they mistimed the thing, and Ogre Magi just arrived on later. So Ogre Magi is gonna see Axe is gonna see Tinker, and so Ogre Magi is gonna ping Tinker very wisely and back off, because he does not know. He did not click on the Tinker, so he does not know what level Tinker is, and he has no idea what the items of Tinker is. So right now they are going to, for some reason, feel confident to walk up again. But as Ogre Magi, if you have no mana, this is quite dangerous. Now, stop right here. Now Ogre Magi is going to go down this little stairs to check if Tinker is still here. This is something very, very dangerous. You do not want to do this. This is because, as you see, when you went down the stairs, you do not have any vision over here. So you might have like 3 enemy heroes waiting there, and just like, you know, they see you going down, they can just cut you off here. You cannot go back here. And maybe an enemy hero comes from middle here, and you're basically screwed. Or they can just stay on the high ground and throw nukes at you, and you die as well. If you want to check there, just go around here on the high ground. Granted, it's very dangerous also, because maybe some people are actually trying to kill you from here, and you know, they're hidden there. But it's actually more risky to go down and have no vision than to go here and to have vision over this side and this side. So Ogre Magi is going to back off and go around. And I want to see... yeah. Right now, we'll just watch where his camera is. He goes there, he does not see Tinker. Tinker's attacking him, and now he sees Tinker. Look how far he is. He had all the time to walk up to here before seeing Tinker. This is very bad camera control, and be very careful when you scout dangerous areas. You want to have your camera at good position, at a good position, so you do not get ambushed like this. So now he's gonna run away, and hopefully this Kunkka is very bad and threw just a torrent randomly, so he will actually survive. But it was very, very dangerous.
A malfunction.
So Ogre Magi is gonna run away with no HP, and he used the magic wand right here, like when running away, when like a safe. It's something you do not have to do. Basically, you want to keep your magic wands charged for whenever you're in danger, because now you see that you're going to heal anyway. So keep these charges in case. He buys wards, which is really good, but again, see how much time he's delaying his Arcane's boots. You see that most of the time, whenever he did a kill or something, he's out of mana. So he basically has to go back to his fountain if he wants to do something. He has no killing power on his own like this without mana. Alright, so he's gonna put a ward here, and this ward is actually quite interesting because it's a very defensive ward. Usually you put it more like this side, but as long as you can see the rune, it's okay. It's a defensive ward because it allows you to see enemy coming from there. Now you're actually having the upper hand right now on the bottom lane, So maybe the ward would be better off here, because in this way, if you put the ward here, you can see the enemy middle laner rotating down and to get the root. So you actually having the middle laner more, and you know, you also can see if they're ganking, but unless they're like going around there and going here. But since the enemy is bad, this is very little. Sorry, it's not very likely to happen. So putting down the ward here, more offensive, and in this case, I think better. And let's continue. So Ogre Major is running around, and basically he's still trying to farm. Nothing new here. And there he is around. See, Axe is also out of mana, so he cannot spam his Battleground Hunger to get some easy lane control. So again, having this Arcane Boots earlier might have been a much better choice. So I'm not one who is going to complain about people getting wards. It's actually quite good. So there you're gonna see something very stupid from Kunkka. Kunkka lands a Torrent, but Kunkka hasn't leveled Tidebringer. I'm not gonna talk about this here. It's just his choice. I find it very bad personally, but you know, what do I know? So Kunkka is going to land a Torrent, and because he landed a Torrent, he just decides to go and hit Axe. But Kunkka has like 70 damage, so he hit Axe for 70 damage. Axe spin in his face for 130 damage, and now he's out of position. Out of mana, out of position, out of everything, so he gets stunned, he gets slowed, and he's going to get killed. So here we see that for some reason, Ogre Magi is going to run back into tower range, and then run away. So he's basically taking 2 tower hit for no reason, which is something you do not want to do. Alright, so let's continue. Nothing's happening, nothing happening, nothing happening. As Ogre Magi here, you're actually doing quite well. And something else is that since Axe is actually having no trouble at all on this lane, what you can do instead of just staying around here is going up like in the middle lane, in the top lane, roaming around on foot. And as long as you have mana, you can actually punish the enemy and scare them away, so your allies have a much better time fighting the enemy. Just by your presence, just by showing that you're going around, they will be afraid, and they will not be very likely to, you know, attack the enemy. So now Skeleton King is trading blow with Axe, so he's gonna take hits, and again he's delaying on his slow. So Skeleton King gets away because they cannot chase him. The slow actually hits the Skeleton King once he's next to his tower, so there's no way they're going to dive him. Now again, Ogre Magi is out of mana, so he cannot do anything. And you see that he's scaling multicast at level 6. Now, I'm not saying that scaling multicast at level 6 is bad. It's like you have to make this choice if either you want to make it or not, take it or not. I personally like leveling Fire Blast and Ignite because it's a more reliable source of damage. It slows for a longer time, it slows a bit more to just 2%, so it's almost nothing. And it gives 68 more damage overall. So 68 more damage from level 2. And it's 68 guaranteed damage. Multicast, on the other hand, allows you to have cooldown reduction on Fire Blast and a 25% chance of doubling your Fire Blast, but also it increases your multicast mana cost by 30. That not the multicast, the Fire Blast cost by 30. That means that instead of having 4 Fire Blast, you only have 3 Fire Blast available because you actually have less, it costs more mana. Early game, Ogre Magi has a very low mana pool, as you can see. He throws his combo once, twice, and then he's totally out of mana. That's why I'm a bit iffy about taking multicast at early levels, because it may change the fact that you might not have this extra Fire Blast in your pocket. And I'm not sure the 25% chance of multicasting is actually worth it. But, it's just still a choice. Now you see that Ogre Magi is actually teleporting top. And there's not a lot of use for this, because you see that Anti-Mage is actually teleporting top right after. And Ogre Magi here is useless. He has no mana whatsoever, so he cannot put pressure. And the only thing he can do is either steal Anti-Mage farm or experience, which is what he's doing. So now you see that he has enough to buy a TP scroll and also Arcane Boots, but he's not going to do so. He's just running around and he's going to put down a ward. So this ward here is also very defensive. it allows you to see this lane, this area here as well, and have some vision over here. This is usually if you fear someone coming from that side, and your lane is actually pushed back here. So it's actually dangerous when you know, your lane is pushed and you're actually under a lot of pressure. You have no vision over what's over here, so you do not know if the enemies are pushing, like teleporting in to, you know, gank you with like blinks, for example. So for example, it's very dangerous. For example, if, sorry, I'm using a bit too much for examples, but if you have a storm against you, Storm is one of these heroes who can just initiate from you know, very long distance. So if you're here, you might have a Storm teleporting top lane and just rolling up to you and snatching you. Something that you cannot really know if you do not have a vision over the tower, so you do not know he's teleporting. If you actually are more like, you know, here, because you're fighting on right on their side, you're having the advantage. The ward would be better there, around here, because you can see from farther away if they're coming there, and you can react faster. Because if you're actually seeing them here, you might have the chance that the enemy has stuns, so they stun you here, and this allows to the enemy to have enough time to run up to you and like chain the stuns. Whereas if you put it there, you will see them coming from farther away, and you will also see them if they're actually going around the forest and coming around here. Because it's more dangerous when you're there that enemy come from behind than coming from there. Alright, so let's continue. So at that point, Ogre Magi should buy his arcane boots. He's out of mana. A lot of his allies need this mana, and now we see that you know, Shadow Shaman is taking some damage for nothing, and he's going to die instantly. And Ogre Magi is still staying around because he want to help. But Ogre Magi had no mana whatsoever, and he just used his magic wand now. So now he has enough mana for one spell, but it's already too late. So he stuns the Ursa, and he actually, you know, the anti-mage died. So, in my opinion, what he should have done was use the magic wand as soon as possible and stun, for example, the Queen of Pain, which is the most dangerous hero against this anti-mage, because anti-mage can just blink away, right? If there any trouble, he blinks away and he runs. Ursa cannot catch up to him. He has no boots. Kunkka cannot really catch up to him, and he has no damage output whatsoever. He only has a torrent, which he misses all the time anyway. And Queen of Pain can actually catch up to him by blinking, because, you know, she also has a blink. So he's gonna blink away. Queen of Pain is gonna blink to chase him, and she might get the kill. So as Ogre Magi, you want to avoid this. You have to stun which one is most dangerous. Here he stunned the Ursa because, as a reflex from a regular new player, you always throw your spells on the hero which has the less HP, in just thinking you might get a kill. And maybe he might have, because he has multicast. So now you see the enemies are going to do the bad thing, which is overcommitting and chasing him. So he actually runs away. He has no mana, and he's gonna buy wards again. Always good. And there you see that the Ursa is actually going to disconnect. So let's pass this. So I'm under the impression that he would benefit way more from rushing Arcane Boots again, and he does not. So let's go. Right. So right now he's teleporting middle. This teleport middle, it was useless. Why was it useless? Usually I'm always telling you to teleport, to use teleport scroll, because you do not want to miss out experience, you do not want to miss out gold. But if you watch the 3 lanes right now, you have 1 hero of your side on every lane, 2 heroes top. That means that no experience is wasted, no gold is wasted. Except if they miss their last hit, they have the experience. The creeps are still getting killed, and your ally is still getting experience. So when this happens, you do not have to rush on a tower to defend. There's no one that's in danger. He's not in danger. He's full health. He's under his tower. Sniper is actually owning Tinker quite hard, so he's not in danger either. Top lane, they're both full HP. Nothing too dangerous here. So Ogre Magi here, he just wasted a teleport scroll, so 135 gold, and also 60-second during which time he cannot teleport again. So the only thing he can do here is actually
It's probably not a problem.
it's just like steal sniper farm and nothing else. So you're gonna see that he's just like gonna roam around aimlessly. He's not even pushing the lane. So he's gonna see a haste rune, he's gonna ping it, he's gonna take it, and then he's gonna try to gank bottom, but Skeleton King just died. So he's gonna go back middle. And I want you to just see what he's doing and what the enemy is doing. So right now he's gonna stand here. He's standing here. He's not doing anything. He's just standing here. And the enemy can see him, I guess. Like, Radiant side, let's see. Fog of War. This is the Fog of War from... Okay, wait, it didn't work. What the f... I think it's like free camera, maybe? Alright, so yeah, they see the Ogre Magi. Ogre Magi is just standing right here, right? Tinker and Queen of Pain, normally if they just watch the minimap, they see Ogre Magi standing here just waiting for a kill. But as new player go, map awareness is something they're very, very hard to, you know, it's very hard to learn and they just do not know it. So, if you watch the, for example, Tinker's point of view, I think, player's perspective, yeah, he does not see it. He's watching here. So now, right now, what you're gonna see is Ogre Magi just walking to Tinker, and Tinker doesn't even realize it. So he gets hit by the tower, he gets hit by Ogre Magi, he gets hit by everything, and he's just gonna melt away. So good choice to go in Tinker, because as bad as Queen of Pain is, she can still blink away. So you know, except if you get a Myzzrym cast, it's very unlikely that she will get killed. So, you know, this type of gank will not work against better players. That's why I said that you have to be like not get used to playing against bad players. So double damage rune, very wisely, he's not gonna take it. He's gonna let Sniper take it. And plus Tinker again, clueless. He's just gonna walk up in this river path, which is one of the most dangerous thing you can ever do if you know, basically you know that the enemy hero was here. So you know that he has vision over you. And he's just gonna get raped by Ogre Magi. So Ogre Magi come in. Sniper, Tinker like smells the kill. He's like, okay, I'm gonna laser in Rocket and he's gonna die. And boom! So stun, walk, dead.
I'm polite and efficient.
So they're going to go and try to find a kill on bottom lane. And I want to see what... So here, he actually turns back before. This is very wise, because if he actually showed himself by going a bit further, Skeleton King would be aware of his presence. Now, Skeleton King did not see him, so Skeleton King is going to try to go for the neutrals. And this is going to spell his demise. So, right now, look at what he's watching. He's watching bottom lane, and he suddenly sees Skeleton King. So Skeleton King is going to die to the sniper with double damage. And now, I want you to watch what he does. He stuns, has no mana, but he has what magic wand. He does not use the magic wand. He still does not use the magic wand. And he still doesn't, and thankfully, Sniper had his ultimate. But he could have missed the kill if Sniper had, for example, no mana. Stun, magic wand, and ignite. He could have ignited. Right now, you see that he's buying a flying courier, and something very weird is that he's actually going to... Oops, sorry. So right now he's watching bottom lane, Axe getting chased off, and at that point, if you see that the enemy chasing quite far, you can teleport in the meantime, and still try to get a kill. That he did not do. So now you see that he's gonna buy the arcane boots on the courier. This is a waste of... It's a huge waste of time. The courier is going to get to him, and then he's teleported bottom, so the courier is going to run back to him again. You can buy the arcane boots from here, right? You can buy the arcane boots from here. There's the energy booster here. You could have bought the arcane boot for like 8 minutes now, and you didn't do this. So be more aware of your goal. Get the arcane boots faster. You will win the lane, and this is a lot of kill you missed out. Now I want also you to watch here. The screen, again the screen. He's watching the creeps. He's not watching whatever hero could be coming from here. When you're playing here, you actually want to watch there, check constantly if enemies are coming from, from the front or from behind. if you just stays like that, if you just stay like this, you just like farm creeps, and you're actually, you do not know if the enemy are coming. Now Tinker does a big mistake, which is like coming out with rockets at first. So that means that the Ogre Magi has time to run away, and which is what he does actually, pretty good, running away. And now he sees two heroes, but this is again, the screen control is bad. If you're running away, just right click on the minimap and watch behind you. Watch what enemy is coming. You do not need to watch the path you're taking. I mean, there's no enemy which is like under this tower anyway. So you have to know what's coming behind you, and can you do something about it. You're almost full HP, you're full mana, someone just teleported in to help you. Instead of running away now, if he was actually watching here, he could have stunned the Tinker or the Kunkka, and it would have been a massacre. They would have killed someone. Now he did not, so he's still watching here, and now he's like, oh crap, I can kill someone. And then he walks back, and Tinker's already getting away. Tinker's bad, so Tinker's gonna come back, and Tinker's gonna die. And Kunkka is also coming back, but thankfully he does not get. Thankfully, Ogre Magi decide to not chase. Now you just saw that Ursa actually disconnected, and you know, it was like he abandoned. That means that 5 minutes passed. For those who don't know, I'm gonna explain very quickly how abandonment works. Some people haven't yet figured out. If someone in your team abandoned, that means either he disconnected and clicked like leave the game after you know, disconnecting. That means you're voluntarily disconnect from the game and leave the game to go do something else, or he just left the game and 5 minutes passed. So he can still connect back, but he's considered as a leaver. When there's a leaver in the game, you can also disconnect without any punishment, so you will not be branded yourself as a leaver, because the game is already finished. I mean, the game is already considered as ruined. And the game is still going to be recorded in the history, into your win-loss history, except if it's early abandonment, that means before 5 minutes of game, I think, or 10 minutes of gameplay. If someone abandoned before 5 minutes, the game is not counted. And it will be told here that like early abandonment, the stat will not be recorded. So here it's just saying that this game is now safe to leave. That means that if you leave it, you're still going to have a loss or a win, but you're not going to be branded off as leaver. Now, why do you want to avoid leaving? First, because it ruins the game for 9 players, so you're being a dick if you leave. And second is because if you leave twice in a week, you will be thrown into the low priority queue, and in the low priority queue, you will be matched up only with other leavers, flamers, or whatever they got reported for. And during this time, you won't gain any battle points, you won't get any items. So it's like a very big punishment. And plus, since you'll be matched up with all the leavers, the games will be horrible. Like everyone will be flaming, everyone will be leaving. You won't get a single good game. So do not leave games, please. Even if you're losing very hard, even if like everything annoys the hell out of you, always keep in mind that you're playing not alone. You're not playing with computers. You're playing with human beings, and when you commit to a game, they also it's your time, but it's also their time. So please be considerate of this and do not waste others' time. So now we see that he's going to buy an Ogre Club, an Ogre Axe. This is an item that gives plus 10 strength, and the only reason why he buys this is to get the Aghanim Scepter. Now, rushing Aghanim Scepter on Ogre Magi, I do not advise. I do not like it. It can be good, but the thing is, I think that Ogre Magi really needs this mana regen early on. Even if he has Arcane Boots, it's not sufficient. So, okay, let's wait a bit because there's gonna be an engagement here. So Axe runs into 3 enemy heroes because he's a hero. Now, Ogre Magi decide to stun Queen of Pain, and this is not a good thing because Queen of Pain, if played well, can just blink away and reposition herself, and Axe won't be able to catch her, and you won't be able to catch her either. Also, you did not use the Ignite right after, which is something again that you shouldn't do. You should just stun and Ignite. Instead, I would have advised Ogre Magi to go on the Tinker, because Tinker cannot run away. Kunkka also cannot run away, and he's quite low health, but Kunkka is deemed as useless right now. Kunkka, as you saw, has not leveled the Tidebringer, like 1 level now, and he has no mana, so he cannot use his spells, and even if he could use his spells, he's missing all his torrents. So Kunkka right now, very low priority target. He cannot do anything. He's not dangerous. Just consider him as a big creep. If you kill him, more gold, cool. But more dangerous, Queen of Pain, Tinker. Tinker cannot run away. Focus Tinker first. Though Queen of Pain is still going to die because she's bad. And now we can see Ogre Magi is coming in. And did you see what he did just like seconds ago? Let's just rewind just a little bit. So, okay, so this we saw, and there we go. So he's gonna stun Queen of Pain, and then he's gonna go there and attack creeps. He's attacking creeps. 1, 2. Now he's slowing Kunkka. 4, 5, 5 feet on the creeps, and he stuns the creep again. So. You might be saying, whoa, this Ogre Magi is super bad. How can he do this in a fight, in a team fight? It's actually quite understandable. I actually stopped playing, this MOBA type of game like Dota, Heroes of Ursa, League of Legends for a long time because I was studying. And when I came back, before I had quite a good level. I played sometime in the competitive level, competitive in the low level scene, but still, like, it was quite. No, it was quite it was not bad at all. It was okay, let's say. And I thought of myself as quite a competent player. Yet when I started back and I get into the team fight, I was totally lost. It's like effects flying everywhere, like flashing off, people getting killed, creeps blocking my way, and you end up doing something that everyone does, which is panic. And when you panic, usually if you're a caster hero, what will you do? Crap, I gotta stun someone. Q, Q, W, W, Q, Q, W, and all your spells are on cooldown. So that means that the hero will not answer your command, and instead it will do what it does by default, which is attacking creeps. So this is something that happens. Obviously it's not good, but it's understandable. So those are kind of stuff that although I review by saying, this, for example, the camera control is very bad. You have to work on this. Or you have to refine the gameplay. For example, if you have eaten a tango before fighting in, you wouldn't have died. I can't really talk about those team fights like this. I can say you should focus him, you should focus her, but I can't say you should not attack creeps, because this is something that anyway he's not intending to do. It's just a mistake. And also, you saw that he actually stunned the creep, and this is just a misclick. So attacking creeps and throwing a spell on the creep instead of a hero, this does not come from learning, this comes from practicing. So this is just like practice. Now, very dangerous. He's very low HP, and actually he has this 14 stacks on Magic Wand. He could have used it, and if he used it, he could have stayed long enough to just turn around and throw a stun and get a kill. It's still very risky because he does not know. As your new player, he does not know the cooldown, for example, in the laser or the rocket, so he might have end up dying. So it's still a pretty good call to run away, but as a precaution, use this magic wand to not die. Now you see that just before the fight happened, I said he bought an Ogre Club, which is an Ogre Axe, really, but the name was Ogre Club. And that is because he wants an Aghanim Scepter. I said Aghanim Scepter, rushing Aghanim Scepter or on Ogre is not good because I think it's not good because you need those mana regeneration items. You saw that in the end of the team fight he had no mana left, and this is something that makes your Ogre Magi totally useless if you have no mana, right? So I'm under the impression that it benefits the team a lot more if you get some mana regeneration item plus that gives utility, such as Yule. I'm I'm a fan of Yule Scepter on Ogre Magi because the extra movement speed allows him to chase to throw down his spells. The intelligence increases mana pool, which is quite low in the beginning, and also it gives him a disable also as a save that allows him to get invulnerable for 2.5 seconds. For League of Legends player, you can use it as a Zonia Hourglass. It's something that makes you invulnerable for 2.5 seconds. It's enormous. If used well, you can actually avoid ultimate, avoid taking enormous amount of damage, or just throwing an enemy out of the fight for 2.5 seconds. And it also, so this item, it does not cut that much. I think it's 2.8k. It costs, yeah, 2.8. Sorry, let's just check it so I do not say a bullshit. Upgrades, and it's in your caster. It's 2.8k. Yeah. So you can see 10 intelligence, so more mana, 150% mana regeneration, so mana, and movement speed and cyclone. So one more disable. Always good. And even if you want to go and rush for the Aghanim Scepter, instead of buying an Ogre Club first, you should really consider buying a point booster. Point booster will give you 150 mana, 200 health. Ogre Club gives you 10 strength. That means that it gives you, if I remember well, something like, yeah, 190 health. So you effectively have 10 more HP, 150 more mana if you buy the point booster first. It only costs 200 more. And after this, since you're winning right now, you're not taking a lot of damage. You see that what's lacking is not your health. You're not dying in the team fight. You see what's lacking is your mana. So once you buy the point booster, do not follow up with an Ogre Club, but rather follow up with a Scepter of Wizardry. I think it's that name? It's Staff of Wizardry. So it actually gives you an extra plus 10 intelligence, so even more mana. The Ogre Club is not necessary here because Ogre Magi is already a very tanky hero by default, and it does not help you to get more stun. Now I wanted to see something. Right now, Ogre Magi, when he came back here, he had a regeneration item, a regeneration rune, so he has full health. Just check right now, after a few creeps wave, how much HP does he have? He has 860 HP, over 1,500. He almost lost 750 HP. I mean, he lost like, yes, like 650 HP. It's enormous. You do not ever want to take any damage from this. Like, so much damage from the creep, it's useless. So be more careful when you're farming. And also, teleport is good, but teleport too late. You have to be more active and less reactive. Watch the map before, and teleport before. So they end up getting a kill on Skeleton King. Again, slow before. So he's running around, giving mana to his allies. And he's gonna buy a TP scroll again, which is very good. So now, stop. Let's see how he's running away. Again, control. You have to watch this exactly like this. He does. You have to run away while watching this. Now he's going to do again the bad thing, which is running away while watching where you're running away. Although you're sure there's no enemy hero there, and you do not know what's behind you. So wasting, I think, a lot of good idea here. Queen of Pain being bad, she's chasing, and she's gonna again take a lot of damage. Now this sniper is going to take a lot of damage. So multicast here, and dead because of the rockets. Now you're here, you have no your spells are a cooldown. What do? Choice number one. I chase Kunkka, and I hope I can get the kill on him before I die, or even not dying and getting a kill on him because my cooldown are almost over. Or I see Tinker here and I decide to back off. Now Tinker has no mana, but as you can see, Ogre Magi do not often click on his enemies, so I do not know if he noticed that the enemy has no mana. And he's going to try to follow. So now he attacks the Kunkka, and he's going to back away. And he has 15 charge and he does not use them. So he's going to change target and go on Tinker. And he's going to die because he got hit by creeps, and he still has 15 magic wand charge. I'm under the impression that if he used the magic wand plus the arcane boots, he could have not only survived but maybe get 2 kills. So let's go faster, blah 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 blah. Now he's respawning, he's going middle, and he's gonna try to get a kill Skeleton King, but his screen, he misses. Skeleton King actually goes into a fog of war, and he misses the kill. So they're going to go around and go do Roshan. So when you do Roshan and you have this Bloodlust, do not only Bloodlust the Anti-Mage, also Bloodlust the Sniper. And you're gonna see that here he's not gonna bloodlust the sniper, but he's gonna bloodlust the... Yeah, he's bloodlusting again the anti-mage. So there you go, Roshan's done. Fell bowed by Kunkka again. And they're going to go on middle. Now, be careful about the camera positioning. Right now, just look at where the Ogre Magi is going. There. See where his screen is? He doesn't even see where he's going. If an enemy was there, he could have been in the same case where he just walked past Tinker. And at that stage of the game, it's way more dangerous because Skeleton King can deal a lot of damage when he actually gets farmed. So do not watch like this. Watch like that. Alright, you know the enemies are around here, and your allies are here anyway, so there's no use of watching your allies. So watch around here so you know if enemies are there, and you can also see your enemies. Okay, let's continue. So right now, he's just wondering, should he go, should he go? And he's a bit far. You know, if you're that close to the enemy and you are having the upper hand, stand around here, not here. And now you see that the enemy Kunkka is going there, so he should really go on him. But then he hesitates and go back. There's no reason for this.
Not so safe harbor, eh?
So he ends up missing the kill. And now you're gonna see that he does not pay attention. He could have stunned the Tinker, instead he just whacked on the tower. So now we see that Queen of Pain is actually coming up to here, and still he doesn't stun her. He just whacked on the tower. Now he noticed Queen of Pain, but it's too late. He takes the tower in the face, and he just walk up to clean one kill for the Kunkka, which is doing as usual, which is bad.
Dire's bottom Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
So right now, I do not know why he went back. He could have just stayed around to pressure the tower. 3 of his allies are here, and he's walking around for no reason. He gets he finds the illusion rune, but there's no reason that it's cool for it. And now he's being very cocky. Ogre Magi, mid health, teleporting against Skeleton King, and trying to follow him into the creeps. So he's gonna take a lot of damage from the creeps. And now you're gonna see why I'm saying that camera positioning is vital. See where he's watching? He does not see Skeleton King approaching. Skeleton King is just gonna walk up to him and stun him out of his screen. Now he walks in, walks once, walks twice, and Ogre Magi lands a stun, and he runs away with 3 HP. So Tinker comes in, sends a rocket, and he dies. See how screen positioning is absolutely vital? This is one of those little mistakes that's very easy to correct, and yet that's just kills you. This is also why you shouldn't do like in League of Legends, center the camera on your hero, because it cripples you. You do not get any information. So now we're gonna see that Skeleton King is gonna be very cocky. So he's 1 against 4, and he's gonna go in again. Follow the axe, although he knows he cannot kill him. He's gonna get disabled here, and thankfully for Skeleton King, or Dear Shadow Shaman is not that good either, so he can run away. And there, he's gonna buy 2 TPs again, which is always a good thing. And since Tinker is bad, he's gonna just stand there waiting for Ogre Magi to kill him. Magic Wand, do not forget to use it. You have 15 charge. Still see taking a there you're gonna see a very common mistakes done by when you're winning. Yeah, Skeleton King, no problem. I stun you because I want to harass you. And then, oh crap, I have enemy support coming in, and I'm watching here instead of watching my enemies. So I'm running away and I die. What happened here? Why is that a common mistake? It's a very common mistake because when you're winning, you tend to be less focused about the danger that can come in. It's like, I am winning right now, I just killed this hero like twice or 3 times. I'm okay, I know that he cannot kill me on his own. So I go in and I just stun him in the face just to show him who's the boss. And you're forgetting the vital things that you actually think of when you're in low levels or when you're losing because you're afraid. And you're actually paying a lot of attention because you do not want to die. But when you're winning, you're not, all these details just go away. You're like, I'm winning, no problem, I got this. And then you're just going to do these little mistakes that can turn the game around. Ogre Magi goes on Skeleton King. Skeleton King wouldn't die alone against Ogre Magi because Skeleton King can just right click Ogre Magi, and Ogre Magi just has this burst, and then he has to run around and burst again and run around. So if he just stand there and fight, a Skeleton King is actually going to walking down, and he has this vampiric aura, he has this ultimate. He won't die to this Ogre Magi. So why did Ogre Magi go in? He has no allies to help. He just wanted to harass, and there's no reason why you want to do this at this point of the game. You do not take into account the fact that Queen of Pain can be here, which was the case, and you end up dying because it's 2 against 1 and you have absolutely no support. So what happened here is too cocky, too confident. You go in 1 against 1, as you can think, and it's turned out to be 1 against 2. Now I said that he can turn games around. Why is that? Some heroes are very, very powerful early game. And thing is, these heroes who are powerful early game will actually maybe get huge amount of kills. Like you'll be godlike and you'll be like killing heroes left and right. And there's this one moment where you make this mistake and you give this godlike streak to an enemy hero, like let's say a Spectre or a Void. Those very late hardcore hero, hardcore carry hero. So again, fail boat. This is a pretty usual for this Kunkka, but you end up giving this guy a kill, and he can snowball out of this. It's like he gets a kill once because you're cocky. He gets a kill twice before you're still cocky. He gets a kill like 1 or 2 kills on your allies because they're not paying attention again. And he ends up being super farmed, coming out late game, and you're like, shit, I cannot do anything against this guy. He just punched me 3 times in the face and I just melt away. And it happens. This is throwing games. It happened here in pubs. It happened also in competitive gameplay, games, like going for Roshan when they clearly can't, or just taking this gamble that they cannot risk, and they just risk it and they lose the game because of this. Now I wanted to see this ward here. This ward is actually okay if you want to see there, and you can see the rune, but you're the aggressor here. So you want to have aggressive rune wards. You want to put the ward here, so you can actually see on the upper ground. If you're on the dire side and you put the ward here, you cannot see anything which is above there. So you do not know if the enemy is waiting for you if you're actually coming right here. So maybe it's just a trap. You're coming up and you're just getting raped. And if you put the ward here instead, you can see if the enemy is there. And plus, you can see if someone's doing the enchants, which is actually quite common. The enchant creeps, for example, for Skeleton King, which has a vampiric aura, if he cannot farm in the lane because it's too dangerous, or if the lanes are pushed, he's either going to go in the jungle or in the enchants. This is very predictable, so you can actually put a ward here to catch him unaware. Furthermore, the enchants being very tanky, it will take time to kill them. So if you're around, you have a lot of time to actually go and gank him if he's taking the enchants. Alright, so let's continue with Ogre Magi. So he's running around, he does not know what to do, and at that point, you do not want to walk around, even to take the runes. You want to stay and stick with your team, especially if you're Ogre Magi and you're actually a team play hero. So now Queen of Pain is gonna die again because she's bad. And Ogre Magi, you see that he's running up to the creeps. Now remember what I said when I was reviewing the Earthshaker? I said never do this. Very dangerous, never do this, you're gonna die, you're gonna be useless to your team once dead, you cannot throw your spells if you're dead. Ogre Magi right now, it's quite okay, because it depends on the situation. First, Ogre Magi is very tanky, so he can allow himself to do some mistakes like this. Second, in this game, he knows that the enemy damage output is not that great. There's no one like a Skit King coming in with the ultimate, there's no Enigma coming in, there's no Sunstrike or Meteor by an enemy invoker, so he can allow himself to go there. Plus, if he takes enemy spells in the face, which is what he's gonna do here, you're gonna see that he's gonna take a stun from the Skeleton King. This is actually very good. You wasted a stun from Skeleton King on you, Ogre Magi. Ogre Magi, when he's stunned, there's really no problem. He's not wasting his time because his spells are on cooldown anyway. So no problem. You just stunned Ogre Magi. Ogre Magi was useless during this time anyway. So, baiting these spells is actually quite good. But you cannot expect a good enemy players to do this, like waste his spell on someone like this. So right now we see the Skeleton King is wasting his life for no reason, like fighting outside the tower. If you're pressured like this, do not fight outside the tower. You just wasted the ultimate right now. So Ogre Magi is still standing around, but see here, he's running away for no reason. He has almost like 60% of his health, or more than 50% of his mana, and he's gonna stun. And then right now he's gonna run away. But see who he stunned. There's Skeleton King. This is like the most tanky hero ever, and if you stun him for like 1.5 seconds, it's not gonna happen. It's not gonna do anything. Like Axe is not like a carry. He's not gonna right-click Skeleton King to death. On the other hand, Tinker, had he received the whole combo of stun plus slow, he would die. He would have died. So no, Ogre Magi is running away. And
Yes, X marks the spot.
so now he stuns, but too late. And he's gonna take some unnecessary damage. So he's gonna stay around, plug the tower, and take damage. So Kunkai being bad, he still died again. And now he's gonna run away. Now, I want you to watch something. Again, bad camera control. He's watching here. He should be watching there when running away, to see if the enemies are chasing him or not. Now he's running very far away. He has one ally hero that's full health, another ally hero which is Axe, who has like tons of health anyway. And there he coming back, but it's like too late already. So yeah, this anti-mage being very cocky, and Tinker dying again. So now he's gonna take a boat in the face, and he's gonna try to run away. Now you see that his arcane boots are off cooldown, but he doesn't use it. I think it's more like a reason, like I'm panicking, and I'm gonna run. I have to run away. So he's gonna turn around, and he sees that someone's catching up to him, and multicast. Alright, so I'm gonna stop the replay here, because basically what's happening after is not really useful. It's always the same thing. They're gonna win anyway. And I'm going to recap very quickly what happened and the main mistakes he made. So, early game miscommunication, went mid, happened, good decision, not fighting for mid, actually, letting the other taking mid after a while. I do not know if they were bickering about this or if it's just a miscommunication, like, oh okay, so I can go away, no problem, or if it's like fuck you guys, I'm going mid, and or mid or feed or whatever. So once bottom, we saw that it was won because it's more like bad enemies, bad opponents. Like Queen of Pain was horrible, and Ursa was horrible, and ended up disconnecting. So what we saw bot lane, little plays, little adjustments, like eating a tango before going in, could have saved him, or something like buying the arcane boost from the side shop. Those little things that can help you. Then we saw that screen positioning is absolutely vital. We saw it because basically he ran past Tinker here and only realized it's here. We saw this because he did not even see our Skeleton King running up to him and stunning him in the face. We also saw this because he was running away without paying attention to what was behind him, so he missed up quite a lot of kills, for example, there. And we also saw some stuff like warding, very small stuff, but warding offensively, warding defensively. Adjusting your item builds. If you're winning, you want to get the items that are more important for you right now, which is not health item because you're not getting killed, but more like mana item because you're the one being aggressive. And what else? What else do we have? Oh, tanking creeps. Tanking creeps not useful at all. You took away, like, the creeps took away 40% of his HP bottom lane for no reason. Taking a lot of tower damage, very often he just walk up to here, take tower damage and run away. This is just merely like learning the tower range. Teleporting, knowing when to teleport. So teleport scroll wise, it's very good. He kept almost at all time a teleport scroll. Most of the time too. This is something I really like to see. Like also getting wards, it's very good. but teleporting at the right time, like teleporting middle when everything's fine for middle lane and you're not like pushing or anything. There's no reason why you should teleport like middle lane. If everyone's on the lane, just like walk up to a tower, just save up money and save up this cooldown. What else? Use also the magic wand and combo well. Fire blast into ignite almost every time. You wanted to use it as fast as possible. What else is there? I think this is quite about it. And yeah, the team fight also. The team fight about like who you should stun, who you should go for, and do not panic. But as I said, this is more like practice, practice, practice. Because although on the lane you can rectify these mistakes by just thinking about it, like, oh, well, wait a second, I should maybe look at here. Okay, so now I'm back to farming. This is conscious thoughts. It's like something you can really control. But in the team fight, it's more like reactions. Like something's happening, quick, be reactive. What should I do? What should I do now? Do I run away? Do I do this? Do I do that? This is more like game sense, like instinct, and instinct is going to get improved when you're playing. Oh yeah, last thing, very important thing. Those are two things. First, as you saw, do not get cocky. This is very often what's going to happen. You're winning a game, you're like 33-17, and you're going to be careless. Like, like anti-mage pushing this tower and going down to like 10 HP, blinking in, killing someone, and then blinking away with a poison. He almost died, and it's like, a carry that farm that is getting killed, like I said, is going to give a huge amount of gold. Granted, here the game was pretty much over anyway, but still this kind of stuff can really throw the game away. So do not get cocky. If you're pushing, stick with your team. Do not like back off here to oh yes, there's an invisibility rune, super, like okay, and your allies meanwhile are getting raped there because you actually went to check a rune. And also, most important is this time the enemies were terrible. And when the enemies are terrible, it's actually a very, very, very risky thing to do, like playing against terrible enemies, because you take very bad habits from stomping enemy hero, bad enemies. Bad enemies are like bots. They are very predictable. For example, that a newbie is gonna run away as fast as possible when he sees you. If he knows you actually killed him 3 times already. He's not gonna fight against you because he does not know what your hero does, and he knows you already killed him 3 times, for example. So the thing he will do is like run away. So he's gonna go into a straight line. You know that if you actually attack someone from behind, he's gonna panic and try to go through you to get to the base, and stuff like this. This kind of stuff, like knowing that the enemy is bad, it can actually work against you. It's like playing against bots. You know how bots react because they are computer intelligence. So you know that they will react like this if you do that. And new players or bad players are exactly the same. You know that they're not going to help their allies. You know that they're going to run away. So you might be more confident about like diving towers or stuff like this. And then suddenly you happen to go into a game where the enemies are competent. And then you're going to do the same thing, like, oh yes, he's low health. I'm tower diving right now and gonna get this kill, and you get killed, and you're like, okay, did not work as well as expected. And then you're gonna go again. Oh yes, 1 against 3, no problem. I know I can kill this guy, and the others are probably going to run away anyway. And you go in, and the 3 of them are actually going on you, and you die again. And you're like, crap, but it did work last game. I don't understand. So when you're playing against bad players, the most important thing is to know that they're bad players. You actually realize that they are bad players. Do not flame them or anything. It's like new players. So you know that they're bad players. You consider it. You're playing against bad players, so you can have fun and I don't know, build troll items if that's what pleases you. And you can win anyway. But just the most important thing is you know that they're bad players. You have to know that what you're doing here cannot be done on a good player. You know that, for example, going middle with Alchemist right now cannot be done if ever you get on a high level game and you suddenly decide to go, yes, I'm going to go Alchemist middle against I don't know whatever good mid hero, and you're just gonna get stomped to nothing. Alright, so I think that will be it. And as usual, thank you for watching, guys. I hope this was enjoyable and you learned something. If not, as usual, also, do not hesitate to criticize, comment, or ask for suggestion and everything on the comments. And I already got a lot of replays, but if you find a good replay of yours that you think some people could learn from, don't hesitate. Send them to me. You're not bothering me. Like someone actually sent me a message was like, sorry to bother you. I actually, you know, I'm giving you this replay. You're not bothering me at all. You're actually doing me a favor. So do not hesitate to do this. And you know, don't hesitate also to leave a comment, because you know, getting a lot of view on my video is always good. I always feel happy about this, but it's the little comments that do all the difference for me. It's like knowing that I help someone and that they actually say something like, yeah, I actually learned something from this, thank you. So I know that it's just not me wasting time and having just like 2 or 3 people saying, okay, this is not that bad. So yeah, do not hesitate to put comments, even if it's very very harsh comments, like, oh, I completely disagree with this and that, and I think this shouldn't have been said, or this you were mistaken. You know, I welcome all those criticism. So alright, so I'm done rambling. Thank you for watching again, and see you guys next time.